Hello everyone. It's a brand new year, it's 2020, it's a leap year. It's the year about which former President Abdul Kalam wrote a book called Vision 2020 many years ago. What does this year portend to all of us? What are the major trends? I see 5 major trends this year. Number 1 is protectionism. This is the sentiment which is seen all around the world, whether it's the Americans building a wall against Mexican imports, or Americans slapping tariffs against Chinese imports, or India feeling apprehensive about Chinese imports. So this is a retreat of globalization. This is what our chairman referred to as slowbalization. So this is the first trend. The second trend is about geopolitics. We have seen Brexit now is behind us, but it's got to be worked out, the implementation phase. We are seeing tension between the United States and Iran, and it's going to play out in terms of instability in the Middle East, whether it's relationship between Saudi Arabia and its neighbors Syria or Iran and Iraq, or it's about the street agitations of students in Hong Kong, or not to forget the agitations of students all around India. So this is the second theme, how geopolitics is going to determine economic events and investor sentiment. Third trend I see this year, which is continuing, is the pace of urbanization. The whole world passed a major landmark a few years ago, where more than 50% of the world's population now lives in urban areas. This is going to accelerate. In fact, we are going to see the rise of more urban clusters, agglomerations. India has announced a very ambitious infrastructure building program, which will also, of course, focus on urbanization and urban amenities. So this is going to be the third major trend. The fourth trend relates to climate change, whether it is the ban of single-use plastic, or whether it is new requirements or new impositions on the use of renewable energy or electric cars. This is all around us. Some of it, of course, is triggered even or accelerated even more by climatic events like the fires in Australia or the fires in the Amazon forests of Brazil. But climate change and the whole issue of sustainability is going to be a dominant theme this year. In fact, on sustainability, our own chairman has announced ambitious targets for our group to reach levels of zero liquid discharge or to reduce our carbon intensity and water usage. So clearly this is a very big theme relating around the theme of climate change. And finally, the fifth trend I feel this year is going to be around what I call the redefinition of capitalism, or the shift away from shareholder capitalism to stakeholder capitalism. In fact, recently 200 major CEOs of the US made a public statement saying that the purpose of the corporation, the goal is not only to serve the needs of shareholders, but in fact to serve the needs of all stakeholders, including shareholders, employees, suppliers, customers, and the community at large. India is probably the only country in the world which actually has a requirement of companies to spend money on CSR out of the post-tax profits. So this is a trend we are going to see across the world, and this is a shift away slowly towards stakeholder capitalism, which I think is going to intensify this year. So these are the 5 trends. So let me summarize. It's protectionism, geopolitical tensions, urbanization, climate change, and stakeholder capitalism. All the best for this year.